Diomande to Real. Here we go. Zidane to France. Mancini back to Italy after a saga. Dive in. Hello, friends. Zinedine Zidane is officially the new head coach of France, and Mbappé is already welcoming him home. Yan Diomande completes a blockbuster move to Real Madrid for over $100 million. Mancini returns as Italy boss after one of the messiest coaching sagas in recent memory. Liverpool close in on Bradley Barcola, and Gvardiol commits his future to Manchester City. If you're enjoying this kind of breakdown, drop a like. It genuinely helps us keep this format going. So, let's dive into the latest football news. Joško Gvardiol has signed a new contract with Manchester City until summer 2031. Real Madrid showed concrete interest, but extending with City was always the priority. Gvardiol says he wants to play here for many, many years. Arsenal and Newcastle are now in active contact over a deal for Bruno Guimarães. Both clubs are advancing in talks following weeks of denials over formal negotiations. Dumfries completed his first training session at Real Madrid, calling it an honor to be part of the club. He praised the team, the coach, and the staff, and confirmed he is already learning Spanish. Real Madrid has become the first sports institution in history to exceed 1.2 billion euros in revenue in a single season. The club also recorded its 26th consecutive season with a positive financial balance. Bradley Barcola wants to join Liverpool and considers the project his priority. However, no financial agreement has been approved or sealed yet. Talks between the clubs are expected in the coming days, with Liverpool having led the race since April. Manchester City midfielder Rodri will be sidelined for a short period of rehabilitation after undergoing back surgery on Monday. No extended timeline has been confirmed by the club. Kylian Mbappé was among the first to react to Zinedine Zidane's appointment as France head coach, posting a story on his social media with the message, "Welcome home." Zidane succeeds Didier Deschamps in the role. Neymar will start tonight for Santos against Universidad Central in the Copa Sudamericana. Kickoff is scheduled for 2:30 a.m. Joao Pedro scored a hat trick as Chelsea came from 2-3 down to beat Western Sydney Wanderers 6-4 in a preseason friendly. It was Xabi Alonso's first match in charge of the Blues. Manchester City view Joško Gvardiol, Phil Foden, and Erling Haaland as three central pillars of the squad under Enzo Maresca. Gvardiol was assured of his importance during contract talks. Ibrahim Sangare has signed a new contract with Nottingham Forest, keeping him at the club until June 2029. Marc Cucurella is getting a tattoo of Spain coach Luis de la Fuente's face, fulfilling a promise he made before the World Cup. Spain won the tournament, and Cucurella is keeping his word. Andreas Christensen has signed a 2-year contract extension with Barcelona. The Danish defender, who has battled significant injury problems in recent seasons, expressed gratitude for the club's continued trust and wants to repay it on the pitch. Bournemouth have turned down 2 offers from Barcelona for 20-year-old Eli Jr. Kroupi. The bids were reportedly valued at less than 100 million euros. Barcelona are eyeing Kroupi as a plan B if they fail to land Julian Alvarez. Canada international Jonathan David has returned to Juventus to undergo routine medical tests and resume training following his participation in the World Cup. Casemiro made his debut in Major League Soccer just 3 weeks after the conclusion of the World Cup. The 34-year-old Brazilian wasted no time getting back on the pitch. Tottenham have agreed to sell Christian Romero for around $44 million. The move is described as a strange case in recent Spurs transfer logic, with a reported shortfall in the expected fee. FIFA President Gianni Infantino is reportedly planning to sell stakes in the World Cup to private investors. Discussions have reportedly been held with figures close to the Trump administration. Chelsea goalkeeper Philip Jurgensen could be heading to Blue Co-owned League One side RC Strasbourg on loan. The 24-year-old Denmark international could become the 3rd Chelsea player to join the French club. According to Diario AS, PSG president Nasser Al-Khelaifi personally instructed his staff to contact Rodri's agent, reportedly as a direct response to what Real Madrid did in the Yan Diomande transfer. Real Madrid have completed one of the summer's biggest transfers, securing Yan Diomande from RB Leipzig for a fee of over 100 million euros. That's approximately $108 million. Fabrizio Romano confirmed the agreement was closed, with the deal representing a significant statement of intent from the Spanish giants. Diomande arrived at Real Madrid's training complex in Valdebebas on his first day as a Madridista, with the club's new manager already overseeing his integration into the squad. The Ivory Coast international expressed his pride at joining, saying he feels honored to be part of the club and that his teammates, coach, and staff have welcomed him warmly. At over $108 million, this is one of the most expensive signings Real Madrid have made in recent years, and it underlines the club's financial muscle, especially after they announced record revenues of over 1.2 billion euros for the last financial year, their 26th consecutive season in the black. The move also carries a subplot. According to Diario AS, PSG president Nasser Al-Khelaifi was so displeased with how Real Madrid handled the Diomande deal that he personally ordered contact to be made with Rodri's agent, reportedly as an act of retaliation. Whether that leads anywhere remains to be seen, but it signals that the Diomande transfer has already stirred the waters across Europe. Zinedine Zidane has been appointed as the new head coach of the French national team, succeeding Didier Deschamps. The announcement immediately sent shockwaves through world football, with Kylian Mbappé among the first to react, posting a social media story with just 2 words: "Welcome home." Zidane is one of the most decorated players in football history, and his managerial record at Real Madrid, where he won 3 consecutive Champions League titles, made him one of the most coveted coaching names on the planet. His appointment as France boss represents a union of 2 of the sport's most iconic figures, the country, and the man who arguably defined its golden generation. The timing is significant. France are entering a new cycle following the 2026 World Cup, and Zidane inherits a squad built around Mbappé, who now has a legendary figure to guide him at international level. The combination of the world's most marketable player and one of the game's greatest ever coaches is a prospect that will capture global attention. What comes next will be closely watched. Zidane's first major challenge will be shaping his backroom staff and preparing France for the next round of international fixtures. His appointment marks the beginning of what could be a transformative era for Les Bleus. Roberto Mancini has been officially appointed as the new head coach of the Italian national team for a second time, with the Italian Football Federation confirming the news. Alongside him, Claudio Ranieri has been named as the new technical director, described as the strongman of the federation going forward. The road to this appointment was anything but smooth. The FIGC's first choice was Andrea Pirlo, but his candidacy collapsed after it emerged he had links to a Russian betting company. That controversy triggered a wider crisis. Technical director Paolo Maldini resigned from his post, leaving the federation scrambling for a solution. FIGC president Giovanni Malago ultimately stepped in to confirm Mancini as the right man for the job. Mancini's return is significant. He previously led Italy to their Euro 2020 triumph, one of the most celebrated moments in recent Azzurri history. However, his first stint ended acrimoniously in 2023 when he resigned to take the Saudi Arabia job, a decision that drew widespread criticism from Italian football. His return will be viewed through that complicated lens, with Ranieri as technical director providing institutional experience and Mancini as the tactical leader. Italy are betting on a proven partnership to rebuild. Their first press conference together has already been announced. The question now is whether Mancini can recapture the magic of Euro 2020 and guide the Azzurri back to the summit of international football. Liverpool's pursuit of PSG winger Bradley Barcola is one of the most advanced transfer stories of the summer. Fabrizio Romano confirmed that Barcola wants to join Liverpool and considers the project his priority. And Liverpool have been leading the race since April. L'Equipe reported that Barcola has reached an agreement in principle with the club, having made his intentions clear to PSG's management. However, the key word here is in principle. No financial agreement between the clubs has been approved, done, or sealed. Mirror Football reported Liverpool manager Andoni Iraola has personally spoken to Barcola, with PSG valuing the 23-year-old at a jaw-dropping £145 million. That's roughly $184 million. Talks between the clubs are expected in the coming days. Barcola has been one of League One's standout performers and a key figure for PSG. Losing him would be a significant blow for Luis Enrique's side. For Liverpool, landing a winger of his quality and age would represent a major statement, and the fact that the player himself is pushing for the move is a crucial factor in the deal's momentum. The next few days will be decisive. Liverpool need to bridge the gap between what PSG are asking and what they are willing to pay. If the clubs can agree on a fee, Barcola's personal terms are not expected to be an obstacle. Watch this space. Guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more exciting football news. Stay tuned for our next video. Until then, take care and see you soon.